I'm Ken Sluiter, and we're here in beautiful Monrovia. This is my little home studio, and this is where I spend a lot of my time making music, mixing music. I started my career in 1992, and I started working in studios. I went to Columbia College in Chicago, in probably one of the first audio engineering programs. And in Chicago, most of the studios did jingles by day, and which we don't call them jingles anymore, we call them like music for advertising. But it was basically jingles by day and records and demos by night. And did that for 3 or 4 years, and then slowly started assisting at rock studios and doing stuff there. Kind of my in from being, I kind of avoided ever being an assistant, because when I started working at the rock studios, I bought a Pro Tools rig and put it in a flight case, and I would be the guy to come along. If you accidentally wiped the first 2 bars of your drums, you know, I could fix it for you, line it up in Pro Tools, get it happening, and then print it back to the, so I was literally like the fix-it guy. Would just go around town and sometimes like fly vocals around and stuff like that. But I got busy doing that kind of stuff. And then around 1996 or so, I teamed up, I started working with Dave Trumpio and Mike Hagler at King Size in Chicago. And within a couple of years, I became partners at that studio. And we ran that room until about 2003, and then moved out to LA. And King Size was all indie records. I mean, with occasional major labels, but Chicago had a huge music scene at the time, and we were recording everyone, and it was glorious and a ton of fun. And you know, in Chicago there was, you know, Steve Albini and his disciples, who all like would make a document of your band. This is what your band sounds like, and they did that very well. And there was, that really served a lot of bands. What Dave, Mike, and I did was, I think we need a tambourine in the chorus. We're gonna go do some Flo and Eddie style oohs and ahs. Like, we would put color on top of your so if you wanted that type of record, that sort of was our brand, and that's what we did. And that was great fun. And then moved to LA, and right around, I'd say between 2001 and 2003, there was sort of, the music business seemed to really centralize between Nashville and LA. And so if you were staying in the music business, that's where you were gonna live. Unless you were, you know, Portland had a thing going, Austin, you know, there's areas that you can go, and there's always good music everywhere. And if you can tap into the bands in your area, you can have a nice career, you know. But if you wanna work, for me, I wanted to really focus on the engineering side and get deeper into it, work on, when I say bigger budget records, I don't mean just like about the money, but just I wanted to work at that level. And so came here.
Can I ask if there's anything like from the past that you kind of wish you had?
Well, I have a couple short ones, like VSO. I miss VSO. I miss being able to speed up and slow down a tape machine. You know, just to be able to, sometimes with the singer, it's like, okay, we're gonna record with the tape machine a little bit slower, so when we speed it up, you sound 10 years younger, you know, like just to, you know, have fun with the, you know, the forming of the sound. Or, you know, I'm gonna move the tape machine down a half step so the guitar sounds a little bit brighter, you know, like that. That's a handy creative tool. I enjoy all the new technology, but I will say that, like, I could go through and mention all these little things that used to be part of the record making process that really don't matter. There's a new, better way to do it, but the way it was done in a certain era, all those little things that we now have faster, more efficient ways to go, added up into a piece of work that we're just, no one's making it like. They're not making it the way they used to. And I find great production is based around a hook, you know, but the hook has the illusion of being the same hook over and over, but it can never be the same. You know, it's either there's a harmony on the second time it comes through, or there's a percussive element that happens that lifts things up, and you have to figure out a way to get that listener to not change the channel. It's the hardest thing in the world, and that's really kind of what that's the way I think music was structured, and that's the tradition that I try to uphold in what I do, even if it's going to be new.